Hello everyone, my name is Mathis Irondale and welcome to Tidestone Bay. This is a custom neighborhood made by NotCass on Mod The Sims, and I thought that maybe I would just give it a little look. I love little coastal towns, like New England-y kind of coastal towns. I love that. I don't know if that's what this is. I have not looked in this at all. I wanted to go in completely blind for the video. But it kind of has those vibes, or at least it's like a fishing town, maybe. Yeah, it's like an old harbor. It used to be a fishing town. But I thought I would go ahead and give it a look. Now, it looks like most of the buildings are custom made. Or at least, yeah, they look like they're mostly custom made. I'm not really recognizing anything from, like, the bin. I don't think so. And if they are, they're just like maybe, repaint or recolors, but I don't think they are. They all look like custom-made houses, which is really cool. I love the work that goes into this because I hate building in The Sims 2. It's like one of my least favorite things to do in the game is to build, and I know that's like some people's favorite thing to do in The Sims. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the town and see what it's all about here. So welcome to Tidestone Bay. It has been a long time since Tidestone has triumphed, but now with newcomers and investments in the town, it's up for a new era. Families around the town seek a peaceful, quiet life, but with the new, noisy neighbors, things are about to change. With blurry knowledge deep in the unknown waters around here, nothing has been sure. What? Except for one hermit in the woods looks suspicious. Wait. So there's another thing that I associate with, like, fishing villages, and I wasn't expecting it. In this, if it's true. Alright, so I don't know what family to start with, so let's just start with the leftmost, the Peterson family. So here's Peterson at 06, or just 6, Clear Coast Lane. So David has achieved a very bad reputation around town as a crazy theorist, even though no one else believes what he says. His son likes to hear what next bizarre story about the ocean his dad will tell him. Let's hop in and check them out real quick. Alright, so here we have the Peterson family. We've got David Peterson and, what was it, Brent Peterson. All my mods are kicking up, sorry about that. It's alright. So, we have David here. They're crying. I guess somebody probably just recently died. We'll check that out in a second. So, David here has a relationship with his son, Brent, and looks like he has a love with Faye Wandair. So that's something. Family tree here. Looks like he has Brent here. Also, Faye is his mother. Okay. They must have just gotten divorced. Is that what's going on here? And then little Brent here. I'm not going to send them to school because I'm not going to say what's going on here because I want to talk about them a little bit. But he has the same kind of situation with his parents. So I'm going to guess that they just got divorced. So, yeah, you're not going to school, buddy. You're not going to go to school anyways because you're probably in a bad mood. Is that what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I don't know why he's not going to school, but that's okay. So let's look at his bio real quick. Let's do David first here. So David is a Cancer, kind of stereotypical Cancer maybe. Fairly neat, and, well, actually, no, he's a little bit more outgoing than I would normally give for Cancer, but the game chooses the astrological sign, that's not me. They don't know I'm near uncovering the biggest secret in town. That's what David always thinks to himself when he gets mocked, although he has a big obsession. He still misses Faye, even if she ran away. Maybe his obsession is just a way to fill this empty void. So he's a conspiracy theorist, but he might be onto something here in the town. And then we have Brant, who is a Taurus here. He's actually pretty similar to his father. I don't know about his mother yet. We'll find her eventually. Maybe. So a lot has happened for just a child to deal with. Why did his mom leave them? And why does this place feel so strange now? Despite all this, Brent is happy to share with his best friend, Mr. Captain Fish, all the stories his dad tells with him. Who's Mr. Captain Fish? Who is Mr. Captain Fish? That's a thing I would like to figure out here. Is this Mr. Captain Fish? We gotta keep him alive if we don't want him to die. That would be really sad. So it looks like they kind of just have a very normal, I want to say like New England house. It reminds me of like, if you watch a movie, like, and they have like a lighthouse or a house beside a lighthouse, that kind of feels what it's like decorated like, especially with these doors. Like that, to me, kind of just feels like that door. Even though I have no idea what I'm talking about, that's just kind of the vibe it gives. So they've got a few aspiration rewards and things like that, or career rewards too. So like this is probably from like the intelligence career, I think. And then what is this one? That's another. I don't know. I don't know all the career rewards. That's not my thing. But yeah, this is very much a seaside kind of house. I like the water themes. Very cool. Is there an upstairs? I don't think so. Huh. Yeah, very cool. Who is this? This is Robert Tin Can. I don't know if he's a townie or if he is from another house, but I guess we're going to find out because we're going to hop to the next household. Oh, and I did just notice that there is a... Oh, here it is. The hermit. So there was a household over here. How dare everyone accuse the local hermit of casting a curse upon Tidestone's waters? It's not even like she was here for a long time, right? Interesting. So I guess we're going to check out the hermit's cabin next. I didn't know that she was over there. Alright, so who do we have here? Oh, where's she at? Oh gosh, it's one of these houses. Alright, so here we have Hermione the Witch. So hello Hermione, let's check you out real quick. You don't have any relationships, you don't know anybody. But it looks like you survive off of growing vegetables and stuff. I guess that makes sense for a hermit. You are very... Yeah, that also makes sense for a hermit. Let's check her out, okay. So, Hermione has been living here for a long time, way before Tidestone was built. Oh, interesting. She recalls adventurous sailors discovering the riches of these lands. Once she encountered one of them, face to face, they felt love beyond magic, but... Then an old man with a monocle and a mustache confronted them. They ran away, but only she escaped the grasp of the Baron. The Baron, okay. Okay, yes, hi, Mr. Humble. Alright, so there's a Baron, okay. Since then, a lot of time has passed, and Hermione visits her lover's grave every day at midnight, promising to bring him a snack. Or bring him a snack. I'm an idiot. Bring him back. Gosh, I can't read, apparently. So very interesting. So she's just maybe like an immortal witch? Is that what's going on here? So if you were to play this household, you probably would turn aging off for her specifically, maybe? I don't know. What is this? Is this an outhouse? I gotta turn down the walls. I can't... Yeah, this is like an outhouse. Okay. And here's her secret, like, brewing area, her witchcraft stuff. She's got some pottery, all very, very... Oh, like this is a... Yeah, okay. So this is the door to get in there. It's a secret. Even though she's a hermit, it still has to be kept secret. Okay. She's got her herbs and stuff, like, drying over here. All very, very self-sufficient kind of hermit house. I really like this. This is the kind of house I would like to live in. Excellent. Okay, yeah, this one's very cool. I like how she lives next to, like, this old henge kind of thing over here. Very interesting. I like it. Oh, who's this? Violet Thorner. Now, Violet Thorner is one of the Sims that is in the town. She is a household, like, a main playable, I guess you would call them. Alright, now I don't think there's any other Sims in this direction. I think the farthest one on that side is the Hermits. Yes, Sable, it's the Hermits. My cat Sable will probably join in the video a few times. She's a very vocal little girl, and she has a lot to say about The Sims. Yeah. So then I think the next Oh, the tin can. We did see a tin can. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the Rusty Dusty trailers. Life for the tin cans has been rough. Robert and Samson are tired of Romeo bringing a new lover to his trailer every week, and after all, Woohoo doesn't make any money. Okay, well, let's hop into the tin can household. Alright, and here we have the Tin Can family, and it looks like there's 3 of them and a grave. Robert is crying. I guess he's getting picked on by Romeo, maybe? I don't know. Let's go ahead and check him out real quick. Right, Sable? We're gonna check out these Sims. So yeah, it looks like Robert and Romeo do not get... Oh, hold on! Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't get on that bus. I need to figure out who you are and all that. Alright, so Robert looks like the main Sim of the family. Let's go ahead and check him out real quick. He is totally an enemy. Well, not an enemy yet, but they do not like each other with Romeo, and then I guess that's his... some kind of relation with Samson. We'll figure that out in a second here. But Robert... After losing the love of his life, Robert has felt a bit lost. He does his best to raise his children. I guess they're both his children. He enjoys listening to Samson's new tunes and promising future. On the other hand, Romeo won't hear a single bit of advice about getting a job. Interesting. So these are his sons, okay. I guess Romeo's probably... Nope, he's got a bunch of lovers. Okay, so he's... has a lover with Otto Samson. Don't run away. He has Otto Runner and Mabel Green that he's had things with. Interesting, okay. So, wow, he is a very, very sloppy Sim. Very interesting, okay. And not very nice, which we've seen that in action already. So we have Romeo's bio. Romeo is tired of hearing complaints from his dad and his dumb little brother. He works enough just to get the next sweetheart. It's time for him to get someone whom he'll settle down with and enjoy his life. So that's what he wants. He wants to find, a permanent lover, maybe. Interesting. Oh, I didn't look at the memories of some of the other Sims. I should probably go back and do that. Sorry about that. I'm an idiot. This is the first time I'm doing, a proper... investigation of another town, like a non-Maxis made town, so I'm a little bit, new to it. I'll go back to those other families and check them out, don't worry. But here we have Samson, and Samson knows a few Sims. He's best friends with Nathan McScout, and he is also fairly sloppy, but he's a lot nicer than Romeo. What is this? Is this the welcome wagon? What's going on? Oh, it's Mr. Humble. Get out of here, Mr. Humble. So let's go ahead and look at Samson here. So, Samson, it's tough trying to keep things together when there's so much drama around. Samson just wants to live peacefully. And about that, maybe Bonnie would help him with this goal? Is Bonnie... Yeah, Bonnie Bayund. Interesting. So let's look at everybody's memories here. Because I'm stupid and didn't look at them in the other families. So... he has the basic memories for the beginning Sims, but then he restored his first car, so he's definitely a tinkerer. Looks like he likes to fix cars. He had very first kiss with Pauline Boyer, I guess that's who he was with. Yeah, so Pauline was his partner. Then Pauline died. Okay, so she had Samson and then died. Maybe in childbirth? I don't know. Interesting. And then Romeo has been out, and he's been sneaking out with a bunch of different Sims, making out, kissing, having all those kind of, he hasn't had woohoo yet, which is very interesting, but he's just made out with a bunch of people. And then Romeo hasn't really done too much yet, it looks like. He's just has very basic... all he remembers is his mom dying when he was, probably firstborn. Interesting. But I like the trailers. I really like the vertical one because I am really terrible at building vertical buildings in The Sims. The Sims 2, anyways. It's very cool. I like the bathroom. I like the use of this little corridor here. Very cool. Alright, so we're back to check on the hermit. So let's look at her memories real quick, see what they're all about. So she learned to talk from the Great Spirit. Huh, the Great Spirit. Interesting. Yeah, she got to be a master gardener. Yep, that one makes sense. Then she was chased by Mystery Sim. I guess that's probably the Baron, maybe? She met Captain Coburn. So Captain Coburn was who she fell in love with. No, that's not. She was chased by the Mystery Sim, but that's not the Baron. She was chased by the Baron, okay. Captain Coburn died. She became enemies with the Baron. And then the Baron died. Interesting. So we'll check out the Petersons now with David here, right, David? Yes, okay. So, the basic stuff at the beginning. Anything interesting that I need to look at here? No, so David looks like he's had a pretty normal life. Yeah, okay. Who is here? Mr. Humble, I thought you were already here, my dude. Oh, no, because I didn't save, right. Duh. So, yeah, David looks like he has a life pretty much normal. Except for this one, Faye ran away, that was his partner, his wife, I guess? And then he got fired, okay. So right now he's unemployed. Very interesting. And then Brent here, all he remembers is his mom running away. Okay. Alright, very interesting. Alright, so we're caught up on memories now. Let's go ahead and hop into this household here, the Bayund family at 14 Clear Coast Lane. The Baymonds have a calm life, or had a calm life, until they decided to move into somewhere far away from downtown, back to Lim's childhood town. Such decision has made Bonnie very angry that until she found out about the mistress... Oh, I think it's supposed to be mysteries of the town. Okay. Oh, and the chairs just moved on their own? That was weird. I wonder if there was like a CC table here that they didn't realize was CC when they made the house. I bet you that's what happened. Something like that. But here we have the Bayman family. And this looks like a very standard house. It actually kind of reminds me of something that would be in Riverblossom Hills, which is my favorite neighborhood of the original Maxis towns. So I very much like that. But it very much feels like a Riverblossom house. It doesn't really scream anything special like about the hood, though. Other than just, this is a standard house that you would get in the neighborhood. This is Lim Baymond. So let's look at Lim real quick here. So she really likes her husband and then is okay with her daughter. They're not like best friends or anything. And I guess these are probably... Are they her relatives? They're her mothers. Okay. So, what kind of sim is she? She is a Cancer. Okay, this one is more of a Cancer, what I would call a Cancer. Very much a family sim. And then Lim loves her family, even with all the issues, but she hopes one day Bonnie's phase ends, even though she herself had a rebellious phase before. Okay. So it doesn't say anything about her liking the mysteries. Oh, no, Bonnie. Was it Bonnie that wanted the mysteries? I don't know. I can't remember. Actually, we can just look right here, can't we? No, we can't. Nope. I'm stupid. It's on the main screen that I need to look at it. But then Marvin has pretty much the same relationships. Very good. And then he is kind of the opposite of his wife. I guess, yeah, that would definitely be a popularity sim, I think. And then Marvin here. Marvin's with a great opportunity to get a job and dive master. Okay, bye, Marvin. Why wouldn't Marvin move with his family here? Sure, his daughter doesn't like quick changes. At least that's what she says. Marvin thinks that a new place to explore is essential for Bonnie to get creative with her dream of becoming a famous book writer. Yeah, she's a writer just like your dad. I also like to write books, so that's something that Bonnie and I have in common. Sable just threw open my door and ran in here. Alright, so limbs are pretty much standard at the beginning. It looks like she got caught sneaking out with Marvin. Okay. She married Marvin, everything went well, she had her baby, and then they moved. That's pretty much everything for Lim. But with Marvin, is it pretty much the same thing? He wanted to make out with Lim, but she said no apparently once, but then they went steady. Then they fell in love. Oh, Mr. Humble. Yeah, pretty much everything is standard for him. Interesting. But then Bonnie looks like she might be the... Well, I was going to say she might be the most interesting one, but her memories are kind of just normal. She does not like that they moved, but... Did we look at her personality? I don't think we did. Because... Yeah, we did, because she wants to be a writer, right? So maybe she is going to be exploring, like, all the mysteries in this town. What is wrong with you, Lim? What is wrong? Gosh, her face is, like, kind of freaking out there. So yeah, Bonnie, it seems like she might be the investigator, like, Nancy Drew type. Very interesting. Again, I really like the house. It really gives, like, Riverblossom Hills vibes, which is my all-time favorite neighborhood. Who is this? Dara Oakston. Interesting. Now, there are a few community lots that I do want to check out, like specifically the Fishy Fountain Park and the Oceanography Library, because I feel like they have some stuff that's tied in with the story, like environmental storytelling, maybe. But a lot of them I'm going to leave up to you to explore if you download the neighborhood, because I really do think this one might be a fun neighborhood to play. I really like the mystery angle of it. It really does feel like... kind of maybe has some Shadow over Innsmouth background flavor. Maybe not totally, but like very subtle mystery, what's in the water themes to it, you know? One of the community lots, though, is Violet's Flower Shop, which I believe is owned by this household here, the Thorners at 14 Willow Pond Street. Lori and Violet have been around here for a while, since their union, and it's a time for them to rest and celebrate life, even when it's all thorns. Okay, interesting. I am reloading the lot here because I saw that the table situation happened. Yep. So I'm thinking that, yeah, it's probably a CC table. I don't know what else would be causing that, but yeah, here we have... This one does feel a little bit more like a fishing village house, but it also feels a lot like Riverblossom Hills again. And I don't know what's giving that feeling to me. It might be the deck. I'm not really sure what's giving that vibe, but I really like it. It also feels like a house like an elderly couple would have. Is that door supposed to be glitching like that? I don't think the door is supposed to be glitching like that, but that's okay. That can always be fixed at some point. So here we have Lori Taylor. And Lori here has, of course, in love with Violet. She has her daughter, Lim, her son-in-law, Marvin, and their granddaughter, Bonnie, in their relationships right now. I don't think they have a job currently. Yeah, they do. They're a teacher. Interesting. But Violet is unemployed. So Lori here is very neat and fairly active. And I guess... I usually like to have my family sims a little bit more playful, but this kind of works. So with their child being now fully grown woman, and it being just the two of them, Lori really feels like something is missing. She wants to spend time with her family, especially now that they have moved back to town. So they just moved back to Tidestone too, just like their daughter and her husband. Interesting. And then Violet here is a bit different. She's still very active, but not nearly as neat, and she's a little bit grouchy. Okay. So Violet's... Yeah, fierce. Okay. Violet's fierce attitude has led her to a very successful life, in which she would keep going if it wasn't for her spouse wanting to retire and relax. This feels like the right time to go on vacations and enjoy moments with the family. Okay, so she's wanting to vacation and stuff, but she has a business, so it's not like... maybe she has employees. What am I saying? She very might just have employees, you know? Interesting. So let's look at their memories real quick. Scroll up here. And probably fairly normal, because these guys seem like they moved out of town. They've not been infected by all the weirdness and stuff. Yeah, they adopted Lim, and yeah, that's pretty much it for her. And probably, yeah, she opened her first business. Yeah, cool, very interesting. Again, I really like the houses, especially the ones that give me Riverblossom vibes. I don't know what it is. Let me know in the comments what the vibes are that I'm getting from these houses. There's her flower station. Interesting. Now, what I want to do is, I don't really like to save when I do this in case I ever want to come back, but I do want Violet to go to her business so we can check it out. But I can always, just re-download the file in the future if I want to play from the very beginning. So this is her flower shop. It's a very cute little flower shop. She's got a few little things here, like little bunny gnomes, carts, and stuff like that. But she doesn't really have any of her handmade flowers yet. Her handmade bouquets, looks like she's going to have to make some of that. I don't know if she has any employees. Do you have any employees? It's open. No. So it's just her right now, and nothing is for sale. So it's all set up. It's set up in a way that you have to set it up however you want, which I think is really cool. So who are these? This is Ruby Smith and Marley Baker. I bet you these are townies, because I don't recognize the last name. Oh, but look, here's Hermione the Witch, the hermit that doesn't know anybody is coming to the business. Interesting. Alright. And I believe that's everybody on this side of the town, so now we're going to move over to this side, and this looks like the rich end of town. These are beachside properties, and that looks like a big old mansion. So let's go ahead and check out the Oakston family at 46 Clear Coast Lane. After getting a huge bonus, Julian decided to quit his job and move with his family to Tidestone and invest in the real estate market. But he didn't really take into account the rumors of the town being haunted, which kept interest on the town away. Interesting. So he's like a real estate guy. Oh, wow, this is a really nice house. I like this. I like their deck. I am so bad at building, like, multi-level buildings in The Sims 2. This is really impressive to me. All these are, because I'm just so bad at it. But, wow, I like this house. Wow. Yeah, this one's really cool. I like this one a lot. Alright, so let's look at this. This is Dara Oakston. Dara knows pretty much just her family, and Hope Dupuis. She is an Aries and is pretty much well-rounded. She's just a little bit lazy and a little bit serious. Nope, kids, you're not going to school. I need to look at you and talk about you. Let's look at this real quick. So, life has never been so tranquil, comparing the chaos of college and her teenage years. Dara feels like money isn't so important now that she has a whole family, just like her dreams. So did she go to university? Okay, then there is Julian Oakston, and Julian pretty much knows the same people. He's very neat and is very lazy. So that's interesting. He is a fortune sim, but that, Normally, I don't like lazy sims as my fortune sims. I feel like they are usually pretty active because they have to go out of their way to make their fortune. But it's a very interesting take on them. So this is Julian. With a big reputation of being the newest businessman, Julian looks for a way to bring this old, cranky town back to good shape. But perhaps the investment of the new real estate market might have been a mistake, considering that it is still, after all, an old, cranky town. And then they have two kids here. This is Nicholas Oakston. So Nicholas here is not really like any of his parents. Interesting. But he is a Leo, very outgoing and a bit grouchy, but he's a popularity sim. To me, this kind of fits popularity. He's like a mean guy, popularity guy. He wants the popularity for popularity's sake, not because he likes people. But Nicholas is always up for a party, being such an impressionable young man. He has everything he wants, though his selfishness might get in the way of hopefully conquering Hope's heart. So who's Hope again? Hope Dupuis. Okay, so that's who he's into, but he does not like Bonnie. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And then their youngest kid and his sister, Poppy. So Poppy is very neat and very outgoing and isn't necessarily super mean or super serious, but pretty lazy like her dad. Not nearly as bad, though. But Poppy's dream is to be an overachiever just like her dad. She wants to start her very own business, even if she heard many times that childhood is time for playing, blah, blah, blah. Poppy would rather play later when she can have the expensive and shiny toys. You know, felt. Very interesting. Let's look at their memories here, see if there's anything interesting in them. Alright, so they did go to university, so both, I'm going to guess that both Julian and Dara went to university, so if I was to make any adjustments to the town, I would probably give them a university degree. Especially since they... Well, let's see, did they complete? No! Okay, never mind, take it back, because they got expelled from university. Very interesting. So he went and he got a job. What did he get? Business, that makes sense, I guess. Then he quit his job because he wanted to start his own business. Very interesting. Is it the same thing for Dara? Yeah. So she got expelled too. I wonder why they got expelled. Because they completed their junior year. I wonder what happened in their senior year to make them get expelled. Very interesting. Huh. And so then we have Nicholas here. Just started going steady with Hope. And he met Bonnie. He does not like the fact that he met Bonnie. He's not a fan of her. And then Poppy is just, kid. She hasn't really done anything special just yet. Very interesting. Wow. Again, really like this house. Really a big fan of these houses. I like them a lot. Alright, I think the last playable household... Oh gosh. There's a lot of stuff on the lot. It makes my game a little bit laggy. That is probably just my PC, though. I have not the best PC in the world. Last playable family we have is Goldmore here at the Goldmore Manor. After a long lineage of wealth, the Goldmore family encounter themselves on shambles. I mean, I think it's supposed to be like they have found themselves in shambles. General Finley has decided to retire and move back to the old manor, while his niece, Venetta, is tired of this lifestyle and now seeks adventure around town. So yeah, this is a very nice manor house. I'm going to back out here and check it all out real quick because it's so big. Although this is pretty empty up here. But it's a secret entrance? Why would they have a secret entrance up here to a nothing room? That is interesting. I know I keep using interesting in this entire thing, but this... I don't know if, maybe suspicious is a more proper word. But there's a man with a monocle. I wonder if he is an a descendant of the Baron. Yep, I knew it. Okay, so that ties with the hermit storyline. Very interesting, but he only knows his niece Venetta. Okay. So, let's look at the general. He's not a baron, he's a general. I guess he could be a baron, but also a general. I don't know if he has a title. He's very serious, that makes sense. Very cool. And is a bit shy, though. Is he retired? He's a retired general, of course. Okay. He's gonna go play catch with his niece out in their fountain area? Okay. So let's look at the general here. Now back to his hometown, Finley is gonna... Oh, he likes sports. I guess that kind of makes sense for somebody in that career, maybe. Or maybe fitness, I don't know. Now back to his hometown, Finley is going to spend the time he didn't have during his career. And with all his money, the previously old manor is looking more elegant, perfect for standards, but now money seems to be the new problem. Oh, I guess they do only have 4,000 simoleons. Maybe you shouldn't have retired so early? I don't know. But then we have Veneta here. Veneta also only knows her uncle. Let's look at the family tree real quick. So, she is the daughter of Finley's brother, it looks like, and her parents are deceased. Interesting. But she is very lazy, but a little bit more outgoing. So she wants to go out and probably experience the town. She's a pleasure sim. Okay, that makes sense. She wants to experience everything that's out here in Tidestone. So follow the family tradition. That's the last thing Veneta would ever want to do. With so much more to this world than this old town, she is not going to waste her time with this old money talk. So she doesn't care that they don't have all the money that they used to. You know, she just wants to have fun. Very, very interesting. But I wonder if this has something to do with, like, the old baron's antics in the town. Alright, so now there are 3 community lots that I really want to check out. I don't know how many more there are. There looks like there's just a basic shopping... Oh, wait, there's... Julian had a business, a furniture store. Really? I thought he just sold, was he furniture? I thought he was real estate. He was real estate, but he also sells furniture? Interesting. I'm not going to check that out because I'm going to imagine it's very similar to Violet's Flower Shop and that he just got it and he hasn't set it up yet. I might be wrong. You can let me know in the comments. But there's a few, like, basic shop, grocery store, an arcade, and some apartments. But the ones that I really want to investigate are the Oceanography Library, maybe the park, but the Old Harbor. I feel like the Old Harbor is going to have some neat little clues that we can look at. But let's look at the library. So the Oceanography Library is the oldest building around town, built with the purpose of studying and archiving the knowledge from the mysterious waters of Tidestone. Some believe the legends and theories of an ancient power that has kept the water inside the bay below sea level. Would it be a punishment for the greed of the Goldmore family? Interesting. Let's check it out. Oh, so that it has a basement too. Oh, wow. This is a nice library. This is probably where you enter, is it? No. No, it is not. You have to enter from this floor and then go down. Wow, look at this. This is a very kind of cozy library that I would want to go to. Very nice. I've got like study areas. Is that a microscope? Weather mover sculpture. Oh gosh, I messed it up. Okay, there we go. And then a computer lab over here. Huh. Oh, these are I think you get that from the education career, right? So these are very special bookcases. Very cool. This now the storytelling, like the environmental storytelling, isn't giving me anything from this one. But just the description told me a lot. Like, there's some stuff going on in this town. Very cool. Is there no restroom? I might just be missing it. But this is a very, very cool build. I really like this library a lot, actually. So, what I'm getting from the descriptions is that there are spirits in this town. Like, earth spirits. Not necessarily, like, evil spirits like, Lovecraft stuff, but like just earth spirits, like druidic magic maybe, and then capitalists like Goldmore came in and started taking it over and tried to turn it into, you know, like this, you know, enterprising little settlement, and the hermit and her people, if she had other people, didn't really care for it too much. That's what I'm getting. So, the Fishy Fountain Park was here since the beginning of Tidestone, though the years it has gotten some upgrades, but for some reason people have seen the fountain rotate from a day to another. It's probably just another disjointed piece. Well, we gotta check that out. Alright, so here is the park. And does this rotate? Is there something below it? It might just be lore. Yeah, I think it's just lore. But very interesting. The lore. Other than that, I think this is just like a standard park that you would go to for like a family outing. Because I'm not seeing any... You can't go down a story or anything like that to see anything underneath it. You can't bring down the walls. That gets rid of that so you can get some coffee. But other than that, Now, the last build that I want to check out on this video is the Old Harbor. This one is the one that originally caught my eye. At the very beginning of the video, this is what caught my eye and made me think, oh, this has got some, like, Lovecraftian stuff or just weird stuff going on. Usually when you have an old harbor. So let me read this real quick. The harbor used to be the most important part of the town, but the neglect to keep it up has left it in shambles. But this was not just a matter of neglect. The access to the harbor has become impossible due to the undersea rocks becoming exposed by the waters, lowering its level. So that doesn't tell me a lot. But let's go ahead and hop in and look at it anyways. Alright, so it looks like we have some boxes out here. Maybe they were transporting some furniture. Like before everything kind of... Oh, look at this! Look how you did this! The creator did... This is really cool. This looks like a broken dock. That is really clever, and that is really cool. I like that a lot. So this place is just completely falling apart. Like, look at this. Let's bring down the walls here. But you can come here. Does this have a working restaurant in it? No, this is not a restaurant. It's a flapjack center. So you can come here to eat still. This is where, like, the sailors that would dock here, the dock workers and all that would eat here. This is where they would come in and hang out between working. So this doesn't tell me everything I needed to know, but it's still a very cool build. Now, there is one more build that I wasn't going to check out, but it's the docks, and there's music coming from it. So is this the new docks that they built after the old harbor kind of fell into a dismay? No, because this one's abandoned too. Interesting. It may look abandoned, but the blasting music says otherwise. For teens or those who seek younger days, the dock is the place. Oh, this is just a hangout spot. Interesting. There's also a graveyard. There's so much. Okay. There is so much to explore in this town, and I like all the little lore and like vague little bits that are just kind of hinting at everything. I really, really like this town, and in this town I might do a playthrough. I don't know if I'll do a playthrough on the channel, but I'll do like a few rounds of this town and explore a little bit more on my own time. This was very, very cool. I'm very, very interested in every little bit of this. There's a deep lover's gazebo. There's so many lots. So much work has gone into this, and I feel very... I don't know if overwhelmed is the correct word, but I really just want to explore everything now. But I think I'm going to leave the video here. The link to the download will be down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.